Alright, hello again, everybody, and we're back with another one of my Pokemon Draft League Redux videos. Today, I'm going to be playing against an opponent called 0232. This is another person who had participated in Season 1 of our Draft League along with me, and I think I even featured them in one of my previous videos. They just completely schooled me in the regular season on Season 1. And ended up, I forget if they were first or second in the Season 1 ladder. I know I was third eventually. But they are a very good battler. And you can see from the team previews that I've got just showing here, they have a very specific archetype that they've built around here. They have basically a rain team. They have a large number of water-type Pokemon. They've got the Goodra with rain, which does have some synergy with the rain. Zeraora is their mythical, which works pretty well with rain as well. And you've also got Clefable, Whimsicott, and Corviknight as support. And rain certainly helps Whimsicott and Corviknight because it suppresses fire that they would otherwise be weak to. So they've got a really nice rain team set up here. Oh, I also forgot to mention they've also got this Crobat sitting in here. Good speed control. And if you'll notice kind of the way I've built, this team is very, very good against the main archetype that I chose. Because if you remember, my main archetype to start with was a Sun team, which focuses on fire and grass. Now, my grass types, in theory, can maybe tank water attacks, but, they've got Corviknight and Crobat here as a huge threat to my grass types. And obviously Pelipper can be a threat to grass types as well. And if I'm trying to defend against, these flyers with my nice rock-type Diancie here, that's just not going to work because of all the water that they've got showing. So, yeah, this is a very, very tough build for me. Now, of course, I have my Trick Room set up that I've also drafted. But the problem with the Trick Room setup is it does take at least one turn to set up. And if you're a rain team, especially if you've got Kingdra, Barraskewda, and Ludicolo, that can be pretty good hyper-offensive, and that might not give me time to set up my Trick Room teams. So with that in mind, I will show you what I built here. Oh, that's not it. Show you what I built here. Yes, ha. And so it's just an interesting kind of little mix. My biggest check to my opponent's team here, you've got all of this water, got some flying, and just some strong attackers otherwise. My biggest check that I can provide is, interestingly, my Togedemaru. So I've got it here with Nuzzle for some speed control, and then Zingzap and Iron Head, hopefully getting some flinching in. Iron Head doesn't help against much of their team, except it is there in case they have their Clefable or their Whimsicott out. So that's kind of why that's there. And then Spiky Shield for just some extra protection. Otherwise, I've just mostly tried to include everything that I thought would help with the team. As I mentioned, I'm really not focusing on Trick Room much, so I don't have Trick Room on my Diancie this time around. I don't even have Flare Blitz on my Incineroar. I'm instead choosing to use Will-O-Wisp. I feel like Flare Blitz is probably not going to do much against a rain team, and actually crippling their attackers is more important than getting off some good damage. Venusaur, just general tank. As long as I can deal with their flying types, I assume Venusaur should be able to tank their water attacks, their fairy attacks, their electric attacks. It should handle most of that other stuff. My only Trick Room setter here is my Bronzong, and it's not necessarily something I'm super concerned with. It's more I've got the attacking prowess here. And actually, I think, now that I'm thinking about it, this particular team setup might be something I did after my first build, my second, in preparation for the second battle. Because I think I might have had it as a full bulky attacker in my original battle. And you'll probably see why in the original battle why I might have chosen to switch it up and put more special defense on it. And then the last one that I haven't discussed here is, again, is my Mr. Mime with Fake Out and Follow Me to try to, control what my opponent's doing with their, Swift Swim, Hyper Offensive, whatever. And then a couple of attacks here. Psyshock and Dazzling Gleam. I figure, they've got their Gudra in case they have the Gudra. Both of these are good options against that. Then I can just choose whether I want to hit it with a special attack or something that does physical damage. So yeah, that's how this team has been built. And yeah, I think, again, not only has my Bronzong stats been modified, I think my first battle I might have had different stats on my Incineroar as well. Because I think Incineroar had a more even spread of stuff with some attack stat put in at the time. But yeah, you'll see what's going on, especially as I switch from my first battle to the second battle. So let's get into the battles themselves. Unsurprisingly, they've come across with just basically the entire rain setup. They've got 3 Swift Swimmers, Pelipper to set everything, Crobat probably to deal with any of the grass types I had chosen, and then Gudra just as an extra tank for them, also synergizes with the rain, can certainly deal with any of my grass or my fire. So kind of expected. I'm scared of this team. Let's see how it goes, shall we? Hopefully the music is turned down this time, so it's not quite as loud. Let's go at normal speed so I can talk through this a little bit more. So here we go. Starting off, I send out my Incineroar and Totodemaru, trying to take care of... my biggest fear on my opponent's teams are Barraskewda and Crobat. Honestly, those are the 2 biggest fears. And I don't necessarily know if Kingdra is a special Kingdra or physical Kingdra. Can be either, just based on the team that's showing. Actually, just based on the team that's showing, I'm not sure. You've got 2 physical attackers in Barraskewda and Crobat, 3 special attackers in Gudra, Pelipper, and Ludicolo. So it could be a physical attacker, or it could be a special, if they just wanted to do a little bit more heavier on the special. So I send out Incineroar because I am worried about these 2 physical attackers as the biggest threats, at least in my mind. And the Crobat is one that comes out. Pelipper is the other one. Now, let's see. Incineroar knows Fake Out, so I'm going to add that in on the first turn. I'm going to just try to do the ding Crobat a little bit, and then just try to take out Pelipper as quickly as I can. My opponent does somewhat predict that and protects the Pelipper. Crobat doesn't do much, so turn 1 is mostly a wash aside from the chip damage on the Crobat. So here I'm starting to think, okay, water attack and Pelipper might be in. So yeah, he's also apparently worried about Luchador Cat, just because he put the Brave Bird in on in the first place. I wasn't quite expecting that, but I'm glad I switched when I did. I do get the Zing Zap off on Pelipper, but it's very short and it's conversion. Turn 2, Kingdom comes out, but this turn, I was thinking of Paralyze. I think Nuzzle was all I needed for the Pelipper at that point, especially because it doesn't have the berry anymore. But I also chose Nuzzle instead of Zing Zap because I anticipated there might have been a switch there. And I should have paused earlier. But then, aside from doing that switch, had no clue what Crobat was going to do, but I have 2 Steel types, so I wasn't too worried about it. And this turn, no, I did not use Trick Room. I think I did a Rock Slide here, again, targeting both Pelipper and Crobat. No, Zen Headbutt hitting the Crobat is what I wanted to do there. Okay, so that's what I ended up doing. You can see it's been a while since I've had this battle. I did review it, but review only sticks in your head so well. Now, here's something that I'm seeing on this turn already. Zen Headbutt has taken out half of Ludicolo's health. Now, I don't know how the damage roll goes, but I'm going to do another Zen Headbutt next turn to see if I can actually take Ludicolo out. The question is trying to predict then what my opponent's going to do, and just to play it safe, because then I was thinking I could potentially take Ludicolo out, and hoping Kingdra wasn't going to do too much to me for being paralyzed. So what I do is I try to play it safe and Spiky Shield with Kentaro, which turns out to be an excellent choice. Because there was a double Hydro Pump coming in there, and I do actually get the kill for Ludicolo. So, first kill of the match. I'm starting to feel pretty good here. Things are looking up. So here's the big one coming out. With Barraskewda there, and Kingdra's now showing a Hydro Pump, so it's a special Kingdra, not a physical one. But with Barraskewda, I'm like, I don't want this thing's physical attacks coming my way. I'm going to intimidate it. And I have a Pasho Berry on my Incineroar because I'm thinking, okay, Intimidate plus Pasho should probably survive a hit, right? No, it doesn't. It does not. Thankfully, Kingdra is paralyzed, so I get Howl out to do the Trick Room. And so this is the one time I'm doing Trick Room in here, I believe. No, wait, never mind. I think there's something else that comes up later. But I send out Togedemaru again because I want to try to get. Oh, I think I know what I'm doing this turn. I'm going to send this out. I'm going to attempt to nuzzle the Barraskewda to slow it down, and then get the Rock Slide off, so hopefully get more flinches and give me that opportunity to get the nuzzle. That's not exactly how it played out. Because what happens, you see the last episode, they switch. Rock Slide doesn't happen. Hydro Pump comes in and just takes out my Hamtaro. Or Togedemaru, and I use Trick Room again. I misclicked. And so yeah, I Trick Roomed that instead of Rock Slided, and lost Hamtaro because of it. And so that's actually something, again, I think that was a set switch I made between Battle 1 and Battle 2. Because Battle 2, I actually have Sturdy on for my Togedemaru. I did not. I had the Iron Barbs, I think, to try to account for Barraskewda and any other, if it was a physical Kingdra. And of course, it's not a physical Kingdra. So that was an awful turn for me, if you can't tell. So now, all of a sudden, single turn happens, stuff swings wildly in this match. And that's one thing about doubles, is things will turn on a turn way more quickly than it happens in singles. And that'll be important in the next battle as well. But I did get out the Green to kill Pelipper into a good damage on Kingdra, and it's still paralyzed. So now I get the Trick Room and Rock Slide off properly. Hydro Pump comes in and kills Bronzong. And so Bronzong wasn't specially defensively invested this match. So that's why I did that for the second match. Now the Trick Room is up. I've got Pocket Girlfriend out. All they have are Barraskewda, which is going to go last under Trick Room Rain. Crobat, again, probably slow. And Guru's not necessarily slow, but it's low on health. So Diamond Storm comes in, doesn't kill the Crobat yet. But we can Gudra out. Psyshock does the trick. And so now it's 3-on-1. You mostly have this battle in the match. I need to follow me, and it still makes the kill. Which probably shouldn't surprise me considering it did manage to kill my Incineroar earlier, even with the Intimidate and the Pasho Berry. So that is a very, very strong Barraskewda. I'm guessing it's maybe choice banded. But whatever happens, that was, again, something I thought was going to be a very big threat, and it was. Pulled off a couple kills I wasn't expecting. I did manage the win here, which is nice, though. So I made some changes to my team, looking ahead to the second battle, and I didn't change any of the Pokemon themselves. My opponent did change several Pokemon. So you can see there's no more Gudra, there's no more Crobat. Instead, they have Whimsicott and Zeraora. And so they've already seen that I've used Trick Room once or were very close. Like I'm much better at singles than doubles. Singles, I swept most of my remaining matches after the first two. This time around, I've had many, many very close fights. So I will probably try to do another Redux videos on one of those close fights. Maybe later this week. I don't know. Maybe next week. I know I didn't do any Redux videos of the singles finals, so I probably won't do any Reduxes of the doubles finals this time around either. But hey, I'll make sure to do at least one more video. And I will hope to see you guys then. Bye.